For those who were not here earlier and have joined us today and don't know what Rtambhara stands for, Rtambhara is a wellness company that looks at wellness in a holistic way. Not just the body, but the mind as well, and all through the practice of knowledge and wisdom that comes from our ancient Indian scriptures and heritage. Our topics delve into self-discovery, personal transformation, health, harmony, and holistic well-being, as well as the arts, which help connect us with our higher selves. All our earlier talks are uploaded on YouTube under Rtambhara Wellness, so please feel free to go across and have a look at whatever we've done. If you'd like to be part of our community, we are posting the details of where you can connect with us on the chat. So that'll shortly come up. So you can actually just connect with us, put your mail or put your phone number there. So today we have for you Krithi Achia, who will be taking us on a beautiful journey, dance, a way of life. Krithi is trained in Bharatnatyam for over 2 decades and has been an active performer, teacher, and choreographer. She's performed at several noteworthy platforms across India. She is founding member of Shiri Dance, a neo-traditional dance company of versatile dancers. Along with performing arts, Krithi is also a human resources professional with an executive search firm. The program such, she will do 2 sessions of dance and explanation after she introduces herself and tells us about her beautiful journey. And then we can have a question and answer session followed by that, and Krithi will take care of your questions. But just a few protocols. You will all be muted through the talk, but please post your questions for Krithi on the chat function and she'll go through them one by one. And if you'd rather ask your question, then please hold on. After all the chat questions are over, you can unmute yourself and you can ask Krithi your question yourself. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much, Krithi. And we're all looking forward to this wonderful session that you have planned for us. So over to you, Krithi.
Thank you, Beenaji. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Pranam and good evening to all of you all. A warm welcome to one and all who have logged in for today's session. I thank you all for taking the time off and being a part of today's talk on art and culture. I was introduced to dance at a very young age, and as every mother would say, you started dancing even before you started walking. I'm a trained Bharatanatyam performer with over 2 decades of practice, training, teaching, creating, and innovating this beautiful form. Dance has become a part of my life, and it has helped me channelize my mind, not just in areas which are not just creative, but also has helped me carry out the most mundane task in a very calm and innovative way, bringing a new perspective, a fresh perspective to the task at hand. With regular practice of any art form as a way of life, I'm sure this helps us reduce the levels of physical, mental, and emotional stress and making us a whole new person just to bring out the happiness in you, in something that you like doing. Having a dual career in vastly 2 different fields, especially in performing arts and human resources, dance has not just enhanced my performance on stage, but also in my corporate career. Over the years, I've realized what this art has done to me. It has made me more receptive. It has made me more open to ideas, take criticism more positively, and has helped me work on them. It has helped me understand people, their behavior, and the outlook towards life. It has also instilled a deep, rooted qualities like loyalty, discipline, awareness, courage, and peace of mind, and that assurity and confidence of outperforming in any task that I take up. So today I would like to introduce two such genres of people who believed work is worship, who believed that it was their way of life, their undeterred determination towards what they believed and their ultimate goal of being one with the Supreme. I'm sure most of you all have heard the term Devadasis. So let me tell you a little about the Devadasi tradition in India. As we all know that Devadasis were the chosen ones who had dedicated their life to serving the Lord or serving the temple. So there used to be a pottu ceremony, which is supposed to be the marriage between the chosen woman and the deity. In addition to taking care of the temple and performing rituals, these women were learned and they practiced the Indian classical form and traditions like Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, and the Odissi dances. Their social status was high, and as dance and music were an essential part of the temple, they were widely accepted in society as well. So today I would like to perform my first piece, which is called Mallari. So Mallari belongs to the tradition or the temple tradition of South India. So during a daily Uravalam, where the deity is taken around the temple in a ceremonial procession, the percussion instrument which would play a Mallari is basically to announce the arrival of the Lord. So a Mallari is associated with the Nadaswaram instrument, which is also called a Mangalavadyam or the auspicious instrument. So the Nadaswaram music was a part of everyday temple ritual. So during Deeparadhana or the temple procession, a Mallari is played using this instrument accompanied with the drums. So today I will be presenting my first piece, Mallari. So as you all saw, the Malari belongs to the traditional temples of South India. So during the Uravalam, when the deity is taken on a procession, in the temple streets or through the village, a Nadaswaram and a drum announces the arrival of the deity. So the Devadasis would perform in front of the deity and also enact a puja. So the performance of this dance is basically woven in interesting beats. So to suit the pattern, the rhythm, and also the pace of the beats, which are usually in 3 speeds. So as you saw, when I started the performance, I walked in with a palanquin with the deity and did the puja rituals. And then I played the Nadaswaram. This was to call everybody and say, see the deity, see the beautiful palanquin, the deity, look, beautiful. People, come, see, look, how beautiful she looks. So the drums would actually give the beat, the rhythm to the dancers. So every time a procession walked into the street, would walk in with the dancers who would interestingly choreograph the Malari in such a way that it was in ascending order. So it would be starting from the slowest beat up to a very fast-paced movement. So this was Malari, one of the traditions of our classical art form performed by the Devadasis. So another great set of composers were the Dasas. So if you go back a little in history, you would know that the Dasas were predominantly responsible for the Bhakti movement in India. So the Dasas like Purandara Dasa, Kanaka Dasa, Banu Dasa, Tulsi Dasa, Mirabai, I mean, women were left behind. So Mirabai and even Akka Mahadevi from Karnataka were all poets who wrote songs in praise of their Icha Deva. Icha Deva is their chosen god. So somebody whom they believed in, wanted to be one with, in unison with the Lord. So they wrote poems, they wrote a lot of songs with a lot of meaning, message to the community. So it was more of a social message that they wanted to spread to the society as well. And an interesting factor in their compositions are the mention of their Icha Deva. So every composition would have the name of the god that they dedicated themselves to, and also the mention of the poet's name. So the next piece that I'm going to perform, it's written by saint and poet Tulsi Das, who was an ardent devotee of Lord Rama. So no occasion can begin without the blessings of Vignaharta Vinayaka. This is a well-known bhajan in praise of Lord Ganesha, written by Tulsi Das. Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana. Gaye Ganapati
That was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, would you like to take a short break to catch your
We
breath?
can continue. We can continue. Thank you.
Okay, fine, sure.
So as you saw, this was a piece written and composed by Sri Tulsi Das. And as I mentioned, the most unique feature of all their compositions were that they mentioned their own name and also the God that they truly loved and wanted to be one with. So in this, we saw Tulsi Das was an ardent devotee of Rama and Sita. So that is brought out even though he's written a song on Ganesha. So if you saw that, Ganesha, Shiva's son, Parvati's son, he was such a naughty boy. So when the mother says, "Do you want to eat something?" He says, "Okay, I like my modak, I like my laddu. Why don't you give me that?" So she gives him one, and he grabs the entire bowl. So the mother loves his little tricks. So, as a mother, we tend to like everything, the naughty thing that our child does. And this is how even Parvati enjoyed being with Ganesha. Though he comes across as the most learned, the most respected, but still, every person has a child in them, and so do the gods. And this little child was something who stole away her heart. And that is why she fought with Shiva to saying that, no, you have to bring back my son, irrespective of whatever form he comes in. So, and also we show that he is the one who instills in us the courage, the confidence, the knowledge. He is somebody who gives us everything. Without him, there's no start, there's no end. So Tulsidas also believed in the fact that there's nothing other than, though there is Rama and Sita, but it should begin with Ganesha. And that is the beauty of this beautiful bhajan, which is popular and is sung in every household. So our Indian culture is so rich and vast that there's so much material, there's so much information, there's so much scope to actually discover, create a lot of new things, which would not just limit to the earlier generation or to our generation, but I think we as responsible citizens of today or responsible people should be actually holding this culture unadulterated and passing it on to our next generation. Somewhere, this art form, not just dance, could be music, could be painting, could be drawing, something that you truly believe, something that makes you happy, something that makes you contented, is something which should be your way of life. Because end of it, all of us want the ultimate sukha, the peace of mind. So dance has been a channel for me. And I'm sure that, most of you would have that talent in you, which you would want to nurture. And I think now is the time. I think all of you should start doing it now. Make it your way of life. Thank you so much for watching me and giving me a chance to perform for all of you all today.
Thank you very much, Krithi. And that was very beautifully done. And your explanations were wonderful because if you could actually relate to what you were doing and you explained each of those actions and what it actually meant.
Yes.
But I have a question for you. The question is that how do you actually balance your professional life and this passion of yours? Because it seems like it needs a lot of nurturing and it needs a lot of time.
Yes, in fact, I should say I've been grateful to being in an organization or rather having managers who've been patrons of any art form. And they themselves being sportsmen and, women with a lot of passion, which they're still pursuing, also gave me an opportunity to continue what I liked. They've been extremely supportive. And every time I would say, I have a performance, I have rehearsals, they were very open and welcoming. So I've never had an issue where, I had to say, oh my God, I have to give up something to just pursue my corporate career. The balance has been good, touch wood.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. There's a few compliments that have come your way. So maybe you can read them. Okay. Everybody seems to have enjoyed your dance and explanation. So thank you for that so much. And please, does anybody have any questions to ask? I wanted to also thank you. You mentioned at the end that, this art form should be sort of carried forward for future generations. And that is really what we actually, the intention of Rtambhara is to do exactly that. Whatever we have in our scriptures, in our old traditions, in our culture, is something that we want to actually promote. And we want to make sure that this flame doesn't die, and it just continues to sort of grow brighter and brighter in every aspect. So,
Yes.
yeah. So thank you anyway for being an exponent of something so beautiful. And
thank you, ma'am. It's been an honor.
yeah. So anybody has any other questions for Krithi? You can unmute yourself and ask the question. No problem. All I'm seeing is a whole lot of compliments coming. Very graceful. That's true. Very, very graceful and very beautifully done. So you said you've been dancing since
The age of 5, ma'am.
age of 5. Okay. So all your teachers were here in around
Yes.
here in
All
Bangalore.
I've had 3 beautiful, graceful, wonderful teachers through my learning days, and yes, all of them based in Bangalore. So I'm from Bangalore, an ardent Bangalorean. So it's been great to be a part of the cultural society of Bangalore. Though I did get a brief, chance to be a part of the Chennai culture as well, but didn't pursue much during that time. But yes, dance in Bangalore has been wonderful. Okay, what age should one really start dancing, and how long can they continue dancing? Usually, we tell the age of 5 and above is perfect for a child to begin. But again, I would say start from 7 years onwards, because this really needs a lot of dedication. And if the child is convinced that she can do it or he can do it, then it would be great. But forcing a child to take it up against her will or wish wouldn't be a great idea. And you can continue dancing as long as you want. Even at the age of 90, you can. Dance is just an expression. So whatever makes you happy, just do it.
Yeah. There's a
Okay, Mallari tradition, was it associated with the Devadasis only, or was the form associated with other forms of dances as well? Mainly this was a temple traditional piece performed in the percussion. So that's why I said the Nadaswaram was the most important instrument while performing a Mallari, because Nadaswaram is the long trumpet kind of a thing. So this is called the Mangalavadya, or the auspicious instrument. So the Mallari is basically a Nadaswaram composition. So that has been woven into a dance performance, because Devadasis, who were traditional temple dancers, were also practicing dance while they did their temple rituals. This form is not just associated with Bharatanatyam, but also Kuchipudi and Odissi.
Oh.
So is it performed even now, or has there been a decline in this art form for now? It is still performed, but again, subjective to people's choice of whether they want to want to make it a part of their repertoire or not. But yes, this is a beautiful art performance. If performed as a group, would look wonderful. So the visual aesthetics is really beautiful in this particular piece. Does dance help in fitness? Do you practice every day like a regular exercise? Yes, I do. I do try different styles of dance. So I like experimenting with different styles. Uh, yes, every day I pick a style, and I know that there has not been a day where I would say, okay, I'm going to stick to the Bharatanatyam regime. I'm going to be doing this. But no, I enjoy doing the Zumba aerobics as well. So yes, I do practice different styles.
So
Okay, so what are the type of dance forms do you know? I do a lot of freestyle. I do Bollywood. I do folk and a little bit of contemporary. But yes, the interesting thing of this neo-traditional dance form is that we have brought in a lot of different dance styles, keeping the base, the classical base is Bharatanatyam. So this gives you an opportunity to actually experiment with different dance styles, and also an opportunity for you to learn different dance styles. So yeah, that's what I do.
So there seems to be a lot of connect between dance or any of these arts and a spiritual sort of bent of mind. Okay. So then, how do you think that dance has actually affected you as a person?
See, there are a lot of times when you actually feel low. There are a lot of times when you feel dejected. There are times when you just want your own space. And for me, dance has been the channel. So every time I felt low, I would just play the music and just move to it, not having a structure, not particularly saying this is what I'm going to perform. But yes, that gave me that a liberation. I wouldn't call not directly a liberation, but yes, that peace of mind. And after I finished performing, I would feel nice. I was ready to come and take on anything. So it took me to a slightly peaceful state.
Right.
I don't know whether I would call it spiritual because, frankly speaking, I've not experienced it to that level. But yes, it gave me my space. It gave me my peace. So, which also gave me the confidence that I can go and face it. So that's dance for me. So it is something like a go-to stress buster for myself.
It's a meditative.
Completely meditative. Yeah, that's what I said, because see, I'm not at that level in life where I can say, oh, this is spirituality. But yes, it took me to that realm where I felt inner peace, and that itself was beautiful.
That's a major part of spirituality. To find that inner.
Maybe that was the basic, the step one.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, yeah. Again, okay. So I think again some more compliments. Please read them before the chat disappears. So
No, that's just seeing the questions.
Do you give performances in Bangalore?
Yes, ma'am, I
Any
do.
of these? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you give them?
See, earlier we were I'm part of a group called Shiri Dance Company, which is a neo-traditional dance form, and we formed this unique dance style. And we had been very active in a couple of festivals and any cultural promoted events in Bangalore. But over time, we have moved on to being performers mainly in the corporate space. Yeah. So it's pretty much of a corporate shows that we've been involved in of late.
So
you have perfect grace, and talent shows on you. You practice so beautifully, and you're so, yeah, the whole thing of yours is so beautiful. Delicately done too. Very delicately, yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
So one question, Krithi, is that this art form was, I mean, this whole dance is for the gods, right? And so there were the Devdasis that were there. So how much of that sort of culture is still left? I mean, are there many Devdasis, or is everybody sort of just doing dance as something they're passionate about? And,
Unfortunately, ma'am, the term Devadasis has taken a different meaning altogether in today's world. But yes, still some time back, there were these traditional Devadasis who are ardent dancers, who've been dance teachers, and we've been lucky to have them as our gurus, and we've learned a lot from them. Yes, dance has evolved. It has evolved from the Devadasi time till what is being taught today to what we are doing today. So the tradition of the Devadasis unfortunately has taken a different meaning. But if you ask for the temple dancers, there are very few remaining. Some in, as far as what my knowledge goes, in North Karnataka, a little bit in Andhra, and some of them in Tamil Nadu. but they're not mainly, active in performances in temples, but other areas. I mean, that's a different topic altogether.
Okay. Does anybody have any other questions to ask Krithi?
Can you show a few steps of your unique dance style? So pretty much Malari was something that was in the neo-traditional form, because we didn't follow the traditional Adavu structure. Adavus are steps, basics like how we learn alphabets from A to Z. It is the same way that we compose or rather start with basic steps or beautiful patterns with your legs, hands, and coordinating with your eye and head movements. So we have kind of jumbled the entire thing. So where a structured step would be like typically hands stretched, looking to your right, left, moving your leg. But here we've combined different forms and going off balance. If you've noticed in Malari, I did something like, so going off balance. This was something that we kind of added into our performances. So this is one of them that we do in the new traditional style. And a lot of times it is more on the contemporary side. So if you really want to show that, oh, I'm too stressed today, so how would I react? Okay, I'm in office right now. I do my work. I'm just being very busy. And then suddenly I lose out. Then finally you say, oh, let me wake up. Let me continue. And then I give up. So these are little elements that can connect to today's typical, a society or a form that we have brought into ourselves. And this is something that we try to show in our performances. And that is exactly why I was saying we were doing a lot of corporate shows. So it does have a message. It also says it's time for you to reflect on yourself. It is time for you to look within. It's time for you to say, understand that your body also needs rest. You need to, think of yourself. The rat race is always on, but think of yourself. Because if you're not there, there's absolutely nothing. So these are the kind of compositions that we do in this neo-traditional dance form.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't see any more questions here, and yeah, that's it. No more questions. So thank you so much, Krithi. That was a beautiful, demonstration and explanation. And like everybody says, it was so gracefully done. So thank you so much for taking the time and showing us. And yes, we will do our best at Rtambhara to preserve whatever we can. And we need everybody's blessings for that. Thank you. And
thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and also being a part of this beautiful journey with the mission that you have. And it would be great to be associated, because that's something that I strongly believe that the next generation definitely needs to know our culture. And having a toddler myself, I do understand the importance of just basic, the Om mantra itself, so trying to imbibe or trying to teach them that itself is going to be a beautiful thing. So I also would want to be a good propagator of this beautiful art form for the next generation.
That's a wonderful thought, and please, we support you in that, and we hope the universe supports you in doing whatever else you need to do. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for being here. This week we have 2 additional programs for you on Friday, 10th July. We have Acharya Raghu Ganpati ji talking to us, and he's going to talk on managing stress. So that will start at 7 o'clock as usual. On Sunday, 12th July, we have a yoga program by Umesh Dagat ji. He is zooming from Australia, and the topic is always now, in fact, he's actually concentrating on boosting your immunity. So it starts at 7 in the morning on every Sunday. So you can just log in every Sunday. I will be posting all of this on our regular WhatsApp groups and everywhere else. And on 14 July, we have Shri Vikram Vishwanathan ji, who's going to be talking on a very, very important subject called parenting. And I'm sure all of us need a good lesson in that. We need to understand what we are doing because, parents are what the next generation is all about. So we need to do a really good job, or as good a job as we possibly can. So please join us for these 3 programs on the 10th, the 12th, and the 14th. I will be posting all the information as usual. Thank you so much for being here. And with that, we come to the end of this session. Thank you.
Thank you.